Did you know that you can make money from your custom GPTs within ChatGPT? Some are making thousands of dollars a month with them. Think about it. You have years of expertise that you've built up from years of work and life experience. Custom GPTs are your personal AI assistants that use your knowledge to create something useful and valuable for others. In this video, I'll show you how to build your GPTs that people actually want to use, and I'll show you a cool tool that can turn your skills into another income stream. So inside ChatGPT, you've got GPTs here on the left. Click on it and you're in the GPT stores with custom GPTs that are available for the public to use. They can be industry specific, so translators, visa advisors, job interview trainers. If you can define them clearly, they can serve hundreds or thousands of users. To create a GPT, go into My GPTs here on the top right, click on it, and you'll get your list of custom GPTs that you've created. You've also got here, Create a GPT. Let me show you an example of My GPT. It'll open up this window with Create and Configure sections. Go straight to Configure. I find that the Create is just redundant these days. Give your custom GPT a name, a cool name. In my case, it's called Client Scope. I've given it a description, summarize and produce a report on your prospects and clients from your initial transcribed conversations with them. So I have a custom GPT that when I meet my prospects or my new clients, I transcribe the conversation I have with them and pull out the necessary information that will help me give them the best service possible. And then I create my instruction. So this is where you define what it should and should not do. Vague instructions will provide vague results. With clear instructions, you can shape it into a real specialist. A good practice is to first set its role and then its goal and behavior and how to do its task. You can use my prompt template that I put in the description to guide you. I always add things like writing style, questions it can expect, how formal or casual it should sound. I'll put examples in the instructions that show it for reference, and I'll make it clear to the GPT, this is just for reference. What kind of responses do I want back from it? So after writing in your instructions here, you can give your custom GPT knowledge by uploading your files here, giving them context and data. If you've built up knowledge, real knowledge, over the years, this is where you can shine by uploading your files, your documents, so reports, policies, presentations, anything that you've curated over the years that can make this custom GPT really valuable and unique to you. If you're a doctor, upload anonymized patient summaries to create personalized diagnostic suggestions. If you're a lawyer, previous case summaries that can help explain legal options with real references. Or if you're a teacher, upload personalized curriculum material to help create a GPT that will teach in your unique style. This makes this GPT uniquely yours, but don't just dump all your material in it. Curate it. ChatGPT can maintain a context of about 100-150 pages of info per chat, which is enough knowledge to work with, but it's still limited. Remember, this knowledge section is purely for data and information that it needs. Don't put examples of responses as its reference. Otherwise, it'll repeat those results, those responses in the future responses. The current AI models are a bit dumb when it comes to this kind of stuff for some reason. But put your formatted examples in the instructions as examples and say, here's an example of how the format and the kind of tone I want you to use it only for reference. So in my case, I didn't have any files to upload because all it's doing is transcribing and breaking down existing material. There's no need for me to add files, but you'd click here, upload files, and you can upload from your hard disk. Next, I would go down to and choose the capabilities of your GPT. For example, you might need it to do some web searching, so going online. You might need it to open up a canvas, which is the word processor within ChatGPT. In this case, I do. I wanted to open it and create me a kind of document. Do you need it to generate imagery? Some do, some don't. So make sure you click them on and off according to your needs for the GPT. Code interpreter and data analysis. If your GPT needs to analyze data and is receiving data and you need it to know how to do that, you can do that by clicking in here. To finish off, create an icon for your GPT. You can use DALL-E to just create from the instructions and the description an icon for you. I'm not a big fan of what DALL-E creates. So if you look at my other GPTs, it makes these icons, they're very kind of generic and kind of ugly looking in my opinion. What I did is I went into a normal chat window. I gave it two icons ChatGPT had designed for me. And I said to it, I'm not happy with the icon. Here are two reference files. And I prompted it and explained what I'm looking for. And it created me an image that I then used to create create the icon of this GPT. So once you're done, click share, and you can share it to either yourself, only that you can see it, anyone with a link can see it, or your GPT store, which is available to the public to use. To start off with, just click anyone with a link. You'll turn it on to GPT store once you're happy with it and you're ready to monetize it, which I'm going to show later. Of course, you click, in this case, I'm clicking update, but there's a button here that would say save. Most people stop building here, but the real value comes from refining it. I never get it right the first time, and that's the point. If we look at this client scope, my initial prompt was long and quite vague. It's following my structure of my prompt template that I share, but what I wrote in is a lot of fluff, and I just gave a lot of descriptions about myself and just wasn't clear about what it is I wanted to receive from the GPT. And if you look at the result it gave me, of the summary of the transcript. So I uploaded the transcript by clicking plus here, and I said, here's my first meeting with Todd, and it gave me what reads like a little article, basically. And I don't feel like reading through this. I don't know how to store this in a way that I can go back to it in the future and quickly capture and scan what it is that we talked about. I restructured my prompt where I followed the same format of prompt template, but was much more clear and concise about what it is I wanted. And as you can see here, it gives me a much better result, a much better summary, where I can quickly scan who the client is, what are the main issues, so where should I focus, what are the observed problems, suggested AI use that I can provide him, next actions, and a quick questions to ask for the next session or next conversation. So something that I can store somewhere and use very quickly. And that's the difference between what I call a vague prompt, or a prompt that's not accurate to your needs, versus a prompt that actually I want to be able to use this material. So you need to make sure that your instructions are clear about what the result is of the user of your GPT will look like. Again, if you're a doctor, how does its diagnostic suggestions look? How does legal advice look on a page? And make sure that the GPT is writing in that format in the language the user wants to get. So I would go through quite a few iterations to get to this point, maybe 2, 3, sometimes 4 and 5, and testing the GPT to make sure that the result that I'm getting is as I want it. In the future, every time I put in a transcription or I upload a file to it or I prompt it, I'm always getting a result that is in the same format with the same quality that I would expect. So where's the part about making money, I hear you're asking? So for full disclosure, this video was sponsored by a company called TopRoad, so TopRoad.ai, who built GPT Tools. It's a third-party dashboard that connects to your published GPTs with a payment system, analytics, and also an email list builder. They reached out to me and asked me to check their platform. I quickly saw that it can unlock quite a lot of potential. I could create real value with the work that I do and what I know. You can get a 90% discount off their paid plans. Just use the promo code GUR2025. The link and the code are in the description. As I said, creators can make thousands of dollars a month with them. They can vary in topics from task-based, like summarizing videos or writing articles, study or work-related assistant GPTs for lawyers, accountants, scientists, cultural and language-based GPTs, so translation, knowledge about different parts of the world, and personal or lifestyle GPTs, so no-nonsense life advice. There's even one that is a Korean fortune teller. There's a wide scope of GPTs out there. We all have our own, wide scope of knowledge. So if we can share that in a very specific way, then we can create value and put it up there on the GPT store. The different tiers that you can buy. One of them is a free tier, so you get one GPT that you can essentially use and monetize and get data analytics, user authentication, add a paywall to it. Then there's the pro plan for $10 a month, install 100 GPTs, which is a heck of a lot, offers free trials to your users, welcome discounts, and create customer support through them. And then there's obviously the business subscription, which gives you up to 500 GPTs, allows you to whitelist users and create private instructions. So a little bit more features that they're giving you. Remember to use the email that you've subscribed to ChatGPT here as well. Make sure it's the same email you're using with ChatGPT because they need to synchronize. In addition, what it asks you is to install the extension, the Chrome extension, which is the GPT's extension that sits here on your Chrome browser. If you don't use Chrome, maybe you can just download it for this use, because what it's doing is it's synchronizing with your ChatGPT web app. So when you subscribe, make sure to use the promo code GORE2025 to get you that discount. On the Pro plan, it'll cost you for that first month $1 and then $9 for the business plan. So once you've installed the extension, you'll see this interface when you click on the extension button, and you'll see refresh and see more. It'll also give you some data of your GPTs and the activity that's happening there. If I click see more, I go into the dashboard of GPT Tools, and I'll see my custom GPTs available to it. So not all my custom GPTs are here because I don't want them to be here. So these are the only 3 that I've allowed it to go into public, and I want to share it with the world. So inside my dashboard of GPT Tools, you can see 4 of my custom GPTs listed here. One of them is the client scope, which I just added, the one we saw earlier, 2 of which might be interesting to you. I'm going to publish them and earn some money out of them, but actually it's more about giving value to people that I want to give value to and share the way I do things. So one is called ThinkTanker. It helps refine content by asking concise and smart questions. So you upload content, articles, or your sales pitches, and it'll ask you objective questions to make you objective in your review of your own content. And that way you brainstorm. The thing I've noticed about AI chatbots is they're so helpful, and they're always offering solutions straight away. And so what I told it is, no, just all you do is ask questions. Don't give me solutions. Let me figure it out. I might do a video on it, actually, on how it works, because it then works with DraftMate, which takes that conversation you had plus the content that you were working on and rewrites the content on the basis of the brainstorm session with ThinkTanker. So it's 2 GPTs, kind of one working after the other, and links are in the description. I think I'll do a video on how those 2 work together and just do a kind of a live demo. It might be fun just to kind of look at the interface. On the top right is your account. So you've got your name, your email, your balance. So because you're monetizing, the balance will be here. I haven't started using it yet. I've seen another dashboard, and you'll see, where the total payouts, how much money you're making. You can request a withdrawal. It sends that money to your PayPal account. So you do need to set up a PayPal account for that. You can look at installation guide that they have, which I'll show you anyway how to do it. And the groups of whitelisting. You might have a subscription-based custom GPT, but you might whitelist favorite clients for friends and family to allow them to use it for free. You can refer and earn. So just like I have a promo code, you can refer to others' GPT tools and earn from it. They have a referral system, and you can request help. Of course, they've got customer support there, and you can also click on this arrow button here. You view the details what I just showed. You can open it in ChatGPT. You can open it in the GPT editor, where you build the custom GPT, and I can open the details of the subscription options. So if I wanted to change the price of the subscription, I can do that by clicking here, and I can also uninstall it. So if we go into the details of, let's say I go into this GPT DraftMate, we've got all the data analytics about it. It'll show you how many chats this GPT has had, what's the average rating in the GPT store, what's the search rank, so does it rank very highly, and how much revenue has it made for you. Also, how many chats according to timeline, in what region of the world is it being used the most. Good analytics over your custom GPT. And in net revenue, you can see your user list. So it sees me and how much I'm paying for it. Of course, I'm not paying for it because I'm the user, I'm the owner. So you'll get a list of all your users and what they're paying, when were they first seen, last seen, user instructions. So that initial kind of prompt. So it's kind of can give you a sense of what it is that they actually are using it for. You can add private instructions, you can save them here, and you can whitelist customers. So if you have a list of clients or customers that you want to be able to give them free access, then you can click here plus, add their emails, click OK, and it'll add them into the whitelist. And so when they're in ChatGPT and they load up your custom GPT, they're just going to use it regularly like any custom GPT. You will get their analytics. So let's set one of the GPTs up. Let's make the connection between Client Scope and GPT Tools dashboard. So I'll click here, continue. I'd clicked on it earlier, so it'll be written there, install. You get two options, either a monthly subscription or an analytics only subscription. Here, your users get to use this GPT just normally through the custom GPT store. They can just work with it. It does have a connection to GPT Tools and collects the analytics of that. Or you can click monthly subscription, which is what we're going to do because we want to make money out of it. Put in a value, the price of your subscription, your monthly subscription that you are offering your users. They set it at a minimum of $2 a month. Click the advanced options, and you have two options here. You can offer a free trial. An initial trial period, your users get to use your GPT. After that period, it'll then prompt them to pay the $2 a month or more if you want. Or you can offer them a special welcome discount. If they've gone into your GPT, they've seen the paywall, they've said, no, I'm not interested. GPT Tools can send them an email with a promotion with a 50% off discount for the users to come in and actually try the GPT that you've set up. They recommend offering a special welcome discount. So let's say I'll click that, but you might find that, no, I want to give my users a free trial period, submit the product price. You can always change this after the fact. So the GPT name is Client Scope, as we know. It has the description, summarize and produce a report on your prospects. I'll click the generate user greeting. So this is the greeting that they would have when they first go into the custom GPT. It'll read, welcome. This GPT helps you summarize and produce reports on your prospects and clients from initial transcribed conversations. So it basically took my description and rewrote it as a welcome note. In private instructions, what they've done here is they've allowed you to place the instructions of your custom GPT. So these instructions that we saw earlier inside our GPT, you can paste them in here and delete them in your custom GPT. And what that does is that it prevents anybody coming into ChatGPT and getting to use your custom GPT for free if you don't want them to use for free, where you can only use it through subscribing and using it through GPT Tools. I will keep it empty, save instructions, and then you get to go through the different steps. So in edit instructions, what it's telling me to do is go into my instructions in my custom GPT, and it's telling me copy and paste the below text at the top of the instructions box in my custom GPT. So I'm going to copy that into my instructions and paste it at the top of the instructions. It's telling the custom GPT, regardless of a user's initial message or question, always start with each new conversation with this message, and then always continue. This GPT is for subscribers only. Please verify your access to continue. So they have needed to have subscribed, if you're charging them, to have paid into this GPT, and they're giving instructions to the custom GPT how to even start and to prevent use of it if you're not subscribed to this custom GPT. Okay, so we've done that. Next step, you can do it in your language. They even tell you, make sure to translate all of it to the language you choose for your GPT. Next section is upload to knowledge. So they have a file here. So they write, you need to teach your GPT how to use the new gpttools.co action. Download this instruction. So if I click on it and download, I've already downloaded it here. You go into your knowledge section. So where we talked earlier about knowledge, I'll upload it from this directory that I stored this file. I'll open it. It's essentially similar to the instruction text that we saw earlier. Moving on to the create new action. Again, back to your custom GPT, we go to edit GPT, configure, create new action. So under knowledge, right at the bottom here, you'll see actions. Create the new action. So we'll click on it and it'll say authentication settings. So we'll open authentication settings, select OAuth, copy and paste authorization URL. So it wants me to copy and paste this text here. So I'll copy it by clicking here. I'll go into my GPTs and you see here's authentication. It says none. It asks me to do the OAuth, select it, and it'll give me this and I'll paste it inside here. I'll go back, put it in the token URL, this code. So I'll copy it and I'll paste it into token URL. Let's save it. Next, it's talking about privacy link. It'll tell me copy and paste this into the privacy URL. And even it have explanations here in terms of videos. So I'll copy this code and put it in the privacy policy. Then it's asking for next is the action schema. You don't need to know what it's really doing, but just know that it's making these connections in a private way. ChatGPT or OpenAI and themselves are giving authorization to each other, and you're giving authorization to both of them to make that connection. So I'm going to copy that and paste it into the schema where they said to paste this code in. And if you're into coding and you know this technical stuff, you can go to town with this kind of capability, but most of us aren't, so we don't need to know what it's really doing. And then it's saying if you're done, click update in the top right. So here on the custom GPT, click update. So essentially save all the changes you want. Okay, it's updated. I'll go back into GPT Tools. It's really important that you click here, complete implementation. Just because I updated it in custom GPT or my chat GPT doesn't mean it's done anything here yet. Click this button to implement that change. So now it's in. If I click here, GPT Tools, I'll go back to my dashboard. Client scope is now set up as a monthly subscription. We want to see how it works. If I try to use one of them, I'll tell it, I have an essay to rewrite. So imagine I'm a user, I've never used this before. You see, it's already given me that request or that message that we've created through GPT Tools, which is welcome to DraftMate. Welcome, this GPT helps you refine or rewrite your content drafts by utilizing insights from brainstorming conversations. I need to edit that a bit. This GPT is for subscribers only. Please verify your access to continue. They could decline. They can always allow or allow. I'm going to click allow. It's connecting and checking, am I a verified user in GPT Tools of this custom GPT? So once it's connected me to the GPT Tools, I can say, okay, can I upload an essay? And I can get going now. So you might be asking, what about privacy issues? I spoke to their CEO. You can read up on their privacy policy on their website. And as someone who's developing an app of my own, based on what I've seen, they are taking the correct measures because they must legally, and they tell you what information they collect, how they use your information. And you can even look at their blog post here, and I'll put the link in the description if you want, on how to protect your IP, how to use private instructions with GPT Tools. So they actually write about it and explain on how to ensure that you maintain your privacy. I wouldn't worry about it on that front. They seem to know what they're doing and do respect your personal information. Okay, so what's your strategy around your custom GPTs? If you're going to monetize something or create value from something, you need to have a strategy around it. What I like about GPT Tools is it provides you with that opportunity to do that. You could offer GPTs that solve ongoing tasks, and your users are subscribing, a classic subscription based where they're paying you $2 or $5. It depends what the value is that you're providing. That's up to you to price it right. If it's offering them enough of a good results and on a regular basis, then maybe they are willing to pay more for that. You can go that monthly subscription basis. You can also build GPTs that basically bundle with your existing services or community or courses that you're giving. And you can say, okay, get to use this GPT for free because you've registered to my course or to my program. So here's a GPT that you can use for free to do this more basic aspect of what we share in our course. It's a kind of a freebie. Similarly to that, you can offer new clients or existing clients free service through a custom GPT in order to collect data on them. So their emails, their uses, how they're interacting. You don't get a full view of their chats. You don't see their chats, of course, that's private to them. What is the conversation about in more general terms? But you do get information about them, where they are in the world, and that can be something that you as a small business or as a freelancer, as a service provider, are interested in getting that analytics. So building the GPT tools is only half the job. You've got to market your custom GPT, regardless if you're connecting it to GPT tools or not. If you're putting it out in the GPT store and just hoping for people to just see it and start using it regularly, then this build it and they will come at you just won't work for GPTs. So you do need to sell it, putting it on a landing page, advertising it through your social media, doing videos like I'm doing, market it, share it, tell people about it. If it's a good custom GPT and people would find it useful, sell it. advertise it to the right audience, of course. Hopefully you get traction out of it. So this isn't about quick wins. It's a way to get long-term value from your insights and experience that you already have. If you have useful GPTs or you have expert knowledge that you want to share, then GPT Tools gives you a great way to do that. If you want to try it, make sure to use the promo code GORE2025 to get your discount. If you have any questions, drop them in the comments below. And let me know which GPTs you've built. I'd be happy to chat with you about how you can develop them further. So if you like this video, click the like button and do subscribe to my channel for more AI tips and tricks and tools that I'll be sharing in the future. If you want to see how the prompt template that I share in the description of this video and how to use that, click on this video link here. Or if you want to see how projects in ChatGPT compares to custom GPTs, click on this video.